Mi familia, I love you. Miss you guys like crazy. It's finally time for your CYO Camp Garden tour. Come on, come with me. So, here we have the beautiful CYO Camp Garden. I'm going to try to put this on my head, bear with me. This is my third effort at this. I'll try to keep the camera as still as possible. But we have some beautiful, colossal sunflowers, bee magnets. And then over here we have a bed that's on its way out, but has a little kale there hanging on and actually looking still very edible and delicious. And these flowers, I forgot the name, but they are 100% edible and absolutely delicious. Some heirloom tomatoes over here, you can see. They incredibly productive plant. All the energy is going into these beautiful tomatoes. They're super heavy and very flavorful. This is an amazing plant. Probably 100 tomatoes off of this one plant. Some nice parsley for the fresh breath. Now over here we have some beautiful broccoli. It's a hybrid, like a broccolini. It's these little leaflets. They're delicious in stir fry. We like to do it with coconut oil and our green onions from camp. If you let them go, I just harvested a couple days ago, and what it wants to do is bolt like this, and that will turn into a tough stringy flower if you don't stay on top of it. Still edible up here. I'm gonna eat that for sure, but you can't let them go past or else they get a little yucky. Over here we have a different kind of broccoli. This is a real fun hybrid that someone created in the area. It has these open leaflets that really just get crispy and delicious when you cook them. Right next to it, this is a lemon cucumber plant, planted very late in the season, but we'll have dozens and dozens of cucumbers within 2 weeks off of this plant. Much more than we'll be able to stay on top of, unfortunately. Over here we have a lovely mint plant. We use this a lot in stir fries. We use it in our smoothies. We make a lot of smoothies at camp. The whole staff does. Delicious mint. Over here we have a lemon balm, and again, just real, I don't cook with it, but I do love to eat it just for like a little breath freshener and a little green. And within that we have this guy. This is great in salads. Also edible. It tastes just like licorice. Really yummy. This is a tree collard. So these are collard greens. As you can see, they grow in a tree structure. Apparently they could get 12 feet tall. And you just completely, you just harvest them by, you can see where I have broken leaves off. You go around the plant and you pick leaves at will. The plant continues to just grow and produce, and you've got as greens throughout the year. And this is a perennial, so we'll be harvesting this year round for probably the next 10 years. Excuse me. You can see I've got it held up with this not manzanita, but a madrone branch that I had to cut down that was over a trail. So the whole garden's got a lot of sustainable features in it. The beds are made from old cabins that we've taken apart. You can see over there that there are canoes that we'll be seeing in a minute. Too bad I'm choking to death on the mint there. So our corn, this is my third take. You can see where I've taken a couple bites already. This corn you do not need to cook. I cooked some up the night before last, and it took away from how wonderful it is. Sweet and delicious. It is just outstanding. Don't you dare cook that corn. Got some random plants here, just pretty. Some rosemary. As I get in here, we have another kale. We plant kale all over the garden because everybody comes and picks it for stir fries and smoothies, and I want to make sure we don't run out. This pea plant, I bought this at Bella's school's farm sale, and it is just gorgeous flowers. The bees love them. And then it produces these fantastic beans. You can see here. Someone came and harvested yesterday. There was hundreds of beans on this plant. She took most of them, which is great. The bigger they get, the better they are, which is very unusual for a bean or a pea, because usually they get funky when they get big, but these guys pop. Look at that. Look at that moisture, and the flavor is unbelievable. Here's the zucchini, harvested yesterday, so it's only got one little baby in there, but the flour stays on it, and you could do it. You could cook that with the zucchini and have these beautiful presentations as an option, or you could take that flour off the zucchini, put it in a little breading, and fry it. Oh boy, unbelievable. This is a salvia, which is a native plant, and it is incredibly potent. The leaves, the flowers, it's just very, very fragrant. Beautiful, kind of a musky smell. It's a salvia, pink blush. Delicious. Not edible, but this is kind of cool. He's got lizards throughout our garden that take care of a lot of our pests. But this is just some kind of a wildflower. I don't know exactly what it is. It just came into the bed and turned out to be more beautiful than what we had in here, so we just allowed it to stay. Beautiful garden, sir. Thank you very much. So we have some succulents. Let's see. These are folks from a performing arts group I'm hosting this weekend. Some more kale. Some watermelon that's just planted too late, and it's good food for the bees, but it's not going to be good food for us. These are the zinnias, the famous zinnias that I thought were zucchini. And I'm really glad I made that mistake, because look at these beautiful flowers, and it's been like this for 2 months now. Just solid flowers for 2 months. This is another example of how we use our canoes. Beautiful strawberry bed. Over here I have some cilantro. That is past, so now it's just the ghost of cilantro. Some beautiful broccoli. Again, you see this bolting. I harvested 2-3 days ago, and already it needs to be harvested immediately, or the plant will just think its life cycle's over once these flowers start getting pollinated and you don't have that production anymore that you're looking for. So it's a good problem to have. You have broccoli coming out of your ears. Here's some delicious, hello butterfly, some delicious basil. And these flowers are totally edible and absolutely delicious. You put that right on a salad, put it right in a stir fry. Oh my goodness. Okay, over here, good example of the overcrowding I was talking about. Completely blew it with this bed. I have 2 tomato plants in here. I have a native coneflower, and then I have a rhubarb. Well, the rhubarb would take up the entire bed, and that's what I should have done. The coneflower take up the entire bed, and the tomato could take up the entire bed. So I'll learn from this, and I'm gonna let either the rhubarb or the coneflower fight it out, and then I'll pick one and give just one plant the whole bed, because those are both perennials. More tomatoes. Got about 5 different varieties. More delicious corn. Look at this productivity in this corn out of this bed. Look at the size of that. It's ridiculous. And this is a pickling cucumber. It's kind of getting near the end of its life cycle, but delicious cucumbers. And here's a little guy. We pickle those little baby ones. We try to catch them before they get big. Emily has probably pickled, I don't know, 50 cans, big jars of cucumbers, different varieties. More beautiful zinnias. We already saw the broccolini over there. Here we got a Meyer lemon tree. Just planted this in the middle of the summer, and it's grown to twice its size in this one season. I have high hopes for this tree. I think it's going to be 3 times its size by this time next year, and filled with delicious Meyer lemons. Meyer lemons love this climate up here. Some kind of tree, I don't know what it is, but it has beautiful red flowers that come out in the early summer. I have some chamomile here that's been taken over by other weeds that are pretty. So again, the weeds sometimes are more pretty than the flower, and I let them just be and cohabitate until I decide to do otherwise. Here is in the back there, you can see it's outside of the garden protective fence. It's a European bay. You use that for spaghetti sauce, unlike our local bay laurels. The local bay laurel is too strong for the deer, but the deer love this. This is 5-6 years old, and it's just never been able to grow because the deer just won't let it. They love to eat it up. Here's our gate. Almost done with the tour. Over here we have a couple native plants. We have a yarrow, and then I forgot the name of the other plant, but here's a tag. Beautiful red flowers, attracts hummingbirds. Let's see. Cestrum rubrum. So it doesn't have a common name. That's why I didn't remember it. Yarrow, some raspberry. These raspberries produce all the way into October, believe it or not. They get more productive as the summer goes on. These were given to us from a local farmer. And yeah, so then over here we have some scallions, some green onions that, as you notice, we just let go. And then, like most of the stuff in here, we sustainably harvest it. So the plant, this guy, was as big as this guy. And you just come and take the greens and leave the base in, and it will reproduce. It'll continue to grow. This guy might look tough to you. It's not. It is unbelievably tender and just fantastic. Even this one that's been compromised, it right in the middle, all that section is delicious green onion, tender and juicy. Has some herbs over here, a little oregano and parsley and sage. Not parsley, but oregano and thyme and sage. And that, my friends, is the CYO Camp Garden. Voila! I love you lots. Be good.